Yo, what is going on, guys? EggsISmell here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new coaching video. And if you guys didn't know, I've been coaching people. I'm a master in every role, and I just want to help viewers and other people get, rank up, give them some tips and tricks. So today we're taking a look at Baptiste, and he is a BAP main. This is a mid-plat game. He says, I know I'm not very good. I feel like my aim is decent, but I could definitely work on positioning more. This is a big issue in like lower ranks, just positioning, especially in like plat. My team wasn't offering constructive criticism. I'm just wondering what I could do as Baptiste better. Some games I lose and I have no idea what I could be doing. So let's take a look. He's at a Overwatch 2 player, so he started playing when Overwatch 2 came out, and he has around 15 hours on Baptiste. So let's just take a look and see how this game goes. So let's take a look at your team comp. McCree, Brig. So your main heal status right now, and then you've got the Hanzo. And one thing I say at the start of every game is that you should look to see what the enemy team has before you position. Like this high ground is good for Baptiste, but if they have a Widow peeking the top balcony, you're gonna want to play back a little bit. So you want to start the round playing a little conservatively and seeing what they have. Like here you could get picked if a Widow pops out. Alright, so they got a pharmacy. And they do have a Widow, so you're going to want to probably play back. This is a good spot. The Widow could definitely peek up here, so I would typically like hug this corner a little harder, but everything is fine so far. They do have the pharmacy. Which, yeah, you can put some shots into for sure. Although, this is one thing you just got to be careful of. Like, while you were trying to shoot at the pharmacy, which was a good idea, you let your entire team die. You have to keep in mind that you are a healer first. And, yeah, you're a healer first, so you got to keep the team up. I do like the idea, but also your McCree got picked early. And it's going to be very hard to kill a pharmacy solo as BAP. I'm not saying it's impossible, especially at lower ranks, anything can happen. But all I'm saying is I would wait for your Cassidy to come back so that you can both shoot at her together, because it's just going to be very difficult to take out a pharmacy solo BAP. And yeah, she was right in your face. I probably would have used Lamp there, although it kind of seemed like your team was resetting anyway. That was definitely a lost fight, so it's like, whatever, just reset with your team. You can probably recontest here. McCree is just not in a good spot. He might get picked. Ana keeps him alive. Oh, he actually picks Ferris, so good for him. Nice, you guys clean up that Lucio that was out of position. Putting shots down. You do have an Ana now as well, so you don't totally need to focus on healing as much. Your Orissa's got to get up there and touch. Your Orisa is playing way too far back. I mean, that's just plat stuff. You guys easily could have won if Orisa contested. That soldier was doing a lot. He was contesting and killing Widow. So I would say that one's definitely on your tank. Just very bad positioning. And now she's contesting when they already have it. Like, that's a bad spot for her to be right now. Especially because your teammates that died are going to be so far back. Good kill on the Pharah. Good heal up on Ana. You are getting shot at by Widow. Okay, so their jumping up is a little dangerous. So, like, a good indicator that Widow is looking at you is that you can just hear the shots ringing past your head. It's so distinctive compared to any other hero shooting at you. And jumping up, it's just pretty easy to predict your movement. And a higher ranked Widow would definitely hit a shot if you're jumping up. Your DPS is definitely solid. So you do have decent aim for plat, I would say. Okay, so here this is pretty bad. Your most useful ability as Baptiste is your immortality. You should have thrown that right away. Like, it has a long cooldown compared to some other abilities, but you can use it very often still. So she gets nuked, he gets nuked. You really just want to throw it right at your feet there and try to save somebody, yourself, Ana, anybody. So another good kill on Mercy, or Pharah and Mercy, wow. So your shots are actually pretty good. I don't know if you're a hit scan player, you've played other FPS, but definitely decent for plat. Here is probably just a reset moment. I mean, 3 of your teammates are dead. You are still, he's killing them. Immor for sure. Yep, good immortality. I mean, you're forcing out ults here. Ana's back with the nano. You know, kind of a bad nano, but it's whatever. I would say you're playing fine so far, and you do have Matrix now, so you're gonna want to look to use it this fight. Okay, your McCree picks him up. This is a decent Matrix. It's definitely not bad because you can heal your Orisa and they're just all right there, I guess, like right in front of the payload, so they can't really push payload. I was okay. I like to throw up Matrix pretty frequently just because I feel like if you're doing a good amount of both healing and damage, it's a pretty fast generating ult. Like, you get it pretty fast. Torb up top here, you're using use of your jump. Okay, so this is just maybe a little cocky. You really don't want to challenge stuff like Torb at close range with a Bap. Like, Reaper or Torb is just going to be tough to challenge this Bap. Like, you can do a lot of damage, but I mean, you're still going to get smoked by a decent amount of damage characters. Like, damage characters realistically should smoke you as Bap if they're like halfway decent, but obviously you can get some good kills with them. So let's see. I think they switched off the pharmacy. They're on Sim Torb now. Pretty weird comp. So you use your shift. So you use your shift very liberally, I would say, but you don't use your lamp as much. That one didn't really need there. Your Orisa was at full health. See, now you could use lamp. So I think a lot of things are happening because you're misusing your most powerful ability truly. Because see, Orisa, in this moment when you throw lamp, she is still 3/4 health. She still has armor, and in fact, she's naded by Ana, so she has, you know, she can mitigate some damage. She has the increased healing on her. You really don't need to throw lamp here. I mean, she's doing fine. She's still even at full health right here. Your team is getting kills. Now when the wall goes up, this would be a good use for lamp. When she's critical and around the corner, you can't see her, but she goes down. So I would just say, I mean, that was just bad lamp usage just because she was still full health. It's not advisable. You might be able to escape here. In higher ranks, you would definitely get hunted down. I mean, okay, you do survive. They're just not playing aggressive to clean up the rest of the fight, but, you know, that's just like a plat thing. In higher ranks, you would have probably gotten cleaned up. That would probably just be a reset moment. But your team is back. Okay, DPS kind of popping. Your soldier is getting a lot of picks pretty early. He actually might be a smurf, if I had to say so. Potentially. I don't know. You do be rocking the default skin, so who knows? Coming up on another Matrix here, so you're probably gonna want to oh my god, I can't talk. You're probably gonna want to look to use it this next fight. They're on Winston now, something you got to be aware of. A lot of your team is pretty diveable. On Mei as well. I wish I could hit tab and see your team's ult charge. Okay, good healing. Kept him up. McCree was just very mispositioned. He just went deep in there. Okay, so there I would definitely use Immor once again. I mean, you're just dying with immortality quite a bit. When you're playing Baptiste, like a good rule of thumb is before you die, throw immortality. You did die pretty quick here, but I mean, you died on a combination of the Reaper and the Monkey, but you can see both of them coming at you. Like, especially here, you do have time to react and throw the Immor. Your soldier is also getting jumped on, so this would be a pretty good immortality field. But I think you're just a little bit scared to use it, even though I mean, it's really it's the character's most powerful ability. I mean, so without using it, you're not really pushing the character even anywhere close to how powerful it can be. Just want to keep bashing up. You probably aren't. Yeah, you're definitely not going to be able to recontest this here. That's fine. It's still been a decent hold. Like I said, you're going to want to look to use Matrix here. Putting some shots down. I would say your mix of DPS and healing is really solid. Like, look at this. You're pumping out a heal and then doing some damage. This is exactly what BAP is made for, really. So you shift all the time, even when you don't really necessarily need it. That's a decent Matrix. You might want to wait till they push in a little bit more, or get an angle that's not so obscured by payload, but it's whatever. Like I said, you get it pretty often. Let's see, Reaper, yep, you know Reaper's behind you. You're pinging him, good. Also at lower ranks, ping, 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 ping. Ping is so OP. So that was a good immortality, but that was like fairly obvious to use it there just because it was a Reaper ult. Okay, so they have ults. They use Reaper ult. They use you know, Winston ult. They use Blizzard. So that's tough, but you know, reset. You still got a chance to hold. I also like Baptiste a lot. I feel like he's fairly versatile. He can work well with a wide variety of comps in ladder ranks. Like he's just very versatile. You can use him in a lot of places, I feel like. Yeah, you're just gonna keep your wrist up. Bastion actually gets a pick with his ult. Nice. Yep, that was a good shift for sure. You saw Soldier's weak, and instead of looking at him, you gave him the shift. This is all solid. I mean, I feel like your fundamentals are solid. You're gonna want to look to use, so decent immortality. I think you saved your Reaper for a little bit, but he's still gonna go down. You want to use Matrix. Yep, right away, right when you get it, because this is last fight. You take out the tank through it. Just solid, although this still looks like it's about to be pretty rough. And Ana nanos you instead of Soldier. I don't know if she could see the Soldier, but you know, the nano visor would have gone hard. Oh, he's still kind of cleaning. I mean, this is super winnable. Very, very close here. Very, very close. And your team actually cleans up and wins that, so they don't finish the map. That's actually a pretty solid round, I would say. I thought you did fairly well. But let's see. I think this game apparently is a loss. I think the only thing that you really struggled with was like immortality usage. Like you just died a lot when you had it up. And it's just an OP ability. Like you want to be throwing it out whenever you see enemies like somewhat critical, or friendly somewhat critical. Because the thing about immortality is that it can be used to save people, but also when you throw the immortality down, it could mean the difference between your DPS being able to go in and finish a kill. Like you can, your immortality enables them to get kills, so it's not just about saving them. Like once you have an immortality thrown on you, you obviously have the confidence to, you know, finish up that 1v1. So you can enable your damage players in a big way with it. Okay, that Mei was very late to ice block. I know it is Mei, so I'm not gonna hate on you for not throwing it there because she does have ice block. Oh god. Okay, good immor. It's good to immor yourself. It is better to immor yourself than die. You know, you're still a member of the team, so using immor on yourself is totally fine. And look, it's only 10 seconds till you have it back. They actually buffed immor pretty recently. You get it back a couple seconds faster than you used to. So, you know, throw it out even more. This is fine. Your Mei is definitely too deep. I would have thrown an immor because I didn't know she had ice block. Yeah, I don't know. She was just way too aggressive. She's not really playing Mei super well. Immor. Okay, you do immor there. It's a little late, I would say, but still fine. That Torb had a pretty fast ult, but you also have a pretty fast ult, so you're gonna want to look to Matrix this next fight. So something I meant to say at the beginning of the round, you want to look what the enemy team is playing. At the beginning of every round, you want to look at what the enemy team is playing and adjust accordingly. Your team actually turns this fight. Pretty crazy. Good on them. Your Mei is just too aggressive, though. Good job taking this high ground. This is super powerful high ground for hit scan. And Bap can get there for free, so I would immor that for sure. So just another death. This easily could have been avoided, and your McCree for sure would have gotten the kill if you immort him. I mean, this is super easy. You just throw it right in front of you. You have it. He's critical, so I don't really know why you didn't. But this Torb probably would have been dead if you saved this McCree here. It's probably dead anyway, but a little unfortunate there. A little unfortunate. I think you just hold it too much. You gotta be just a little more liberal with it. So this is a disaster. Your team is using ults when this was already lost. But that's fine. Your team is staggering quite a bit, but I kind of understand why, because these fights are like near winnable, or that one fight you like had won, but then they just got back. Like I said though, that immortality would have maybe made the difference. You would have saved Cassidy, killed the Torb, and then you would have had an advantage there. You might have been able to just swing that fight the other way. So, you know, I mean, that's just speculation, obviously, but it definitely is a potential outcome. So you're really going to want to look to Matrix here. You've been holding it for a little bit at this point, not too long. I would do it right at this corner. Yep, that's decent. You open up some space for your team. Probably can get this kill in the sim. It's a good aim. Immor for sure. Immor for sure, for sure, for sure. It's just too late. So really, you should have Immor'd, like, after you kill this sim, you hear the Tor bolting. Like right here, I would have really, you see that like a lot of your teammates are right here in the Tor bolt. You're 69 health. Everybody's running away. This would be a good time to just throw it and get out. Ana goes down. She probably wouldn't have been saved by it, honestly. She was too far gone. But look, your McCree is critical. You're critical. Your Orisa is fine for now, but they are all going to be looking at her in a second. So this would have been a good spot for Immortality field for sure. Your McCree goes down, and eventually you do it, but it's just far, far, far too late. So unfortunate. Like, just seeing knowing that a enemy is looking at a teammate and they're already critical, I would definitely just throw it. There's no harm, really. So your team goes Pharmacy. This will actually probably be decent against their comp. You know, Orisa up. This is all fine. Something about Pharah as Baptiste, actually. If you see your Pharah, like, somewhat like this, she doesn't have her Mercy. I don't know where the Mercy. Your Pharah did end up getting a pick. An easy way you can heal Pharah as Baptiste is by exo jumping up in the air and shifting, because it will get her. Most of the exo jumps take you really far, plus the range on the shift will get her. So, you know, just a little Baptiste tip there. You want to keep your McCree up. Nice. Definitely Immor. Okay, the shift was enough. So you died with Immortality again. Torb went ham behind you. I was gonna say Immor just because you were so weak from the turret. The shift also works, but like once again, the shift just isn't as good as the Immortality. Like, you got down to 8 health there. So I definitely would have Immor'd there, but that's just me. And it looks like you are gonna get full held here, which is pretty unfortunate. This isn't one exactly where it's like completely your fault or anything. This definitely isn't one where it's completely your fault. I'm gonna pause it there. Your team did stagger in like weird ways, but this is kind of just a lower rank thing. But these fights were also weird. Like, there are a lot of fights where you could nearly push it over and win if you staggered in. So I think it was just kind of like unfortunate cadence. Like, you guys really didn't control the tempo of the team well. Although a few Immortalities here and there definitely could have made a big difference. So overall, like, you definitely did hurt your team in this game. But I will say things you did well. You were doing a decent amount of damage. This is the amount of damage that I would say is probably appropriate. You kept them up pretty well. Your positioning is okay. You could have used exo jump a little more to get on some different high ground, like up here. But you know, overall you played well. I think it's really just your cooldown usage. Like, you use shift so liberally. Shift is also a very powerful ability, but you don't use your immortality. It's really not that different. It's like a 7-second increase from your shift. So just like, you kind of got to get in the mindset of using it more. Like, don't die with immortality. Use immortality before you die. Just get in that mindset. I think it'll help. But anyway, I hope you guys found this helpful, because this is some decent Baptiste gameplay for Plat, but just that immortality usage. And if you guys want to be featured in a coaching video, please comment below, and then I will please comment like a replay code below, comment what rank you are, how long you've been playing Overwatch, any other like useful information, your mains, whatever. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more. It's been EggsISmell. Peace.